Hey guys, it's Eric and Alyssa. We're just giving a quick update on how things are going. Um, Pretty exciting stuff has been happening with Ellie, so we've been just thrilled about that over the weekend. Alyssa, Adeline, and I were there, and we took out on a little family adventure to do some laundry, and then came back. And Ellie was sleeping, and then all of a sudden she woke up and just said hi and started talking. When I say talking, she said hi, and she said yeah, and she said no, just getting words out of her mouth were just very exciting to all of us, and such a relief just to hear her voice, though in just short spurts and just in just one word. But Was just exciting. We after that we were trying to get her to say everything. We're like, can you say mama? Can you say dada? And she would definitely try. It's coming out a little jumbled right now, but. All the therapists were extremely excited when they heard the news, and so they're working with her, and just it's been such a blessing, as we talked about, to be at UCSF Benioff, and just the team. One of the nurses, Larissa, who we love, was on the next day after she started talking, and it was in the notes, and she ran in there and she was like, "Hi, Ellie," and tried to get her to talk. And when we got back, she was like, "I heard in the notes, and I just wanted to talk to her, and I came in here." And so, yeah, it's just been really great. Another update. A close family member has made bracelets. It says Ellie's Warriors, and then Gamma 278 and Romans 8:28 on them. Gamma 278 is what was Ellie's trauma name. So all the three girls, Alyssa, Adeline, and Ellie, were given trauma names on the night of the accident, because they don't use your real names when there's a trauma. And so that was her name. And if you came to the hospital or went up to the PICU, they didn't know her by Eliana. They knew her by Gamma 278. So has special meaning to our family. And just the bracelets are in support of Ellie, and just a reminder, and just kind of a conversation piece to people. If you would like one, and aren't close, Alyssa and I are willing to send them out. So just direct message us and let us know if that's something you guys would want. Of course, they're available here in the Roseville, Rockland, Granite Bay area, and we can get them to you. So, yeah, that's about my update for that. Alyssa was there throughout this week, so she's got more on Ellie.
Yeah, and just also, I think people have been a little confused. I've had people asking how much they are and to pay for them. We're not fundraising with them. They're just, we're just wanting to give them out if people want them. You definitely don't have to have one. They're just something, like Eric said, family members did for us, and we're so appreciative, and we love them. And the people at their hospital are wearing them, and we've dropped them off at Caden and Ellie's school. So if you do go to Rockland Academy Myers, where our kids go, they're available in the office if you didn't read the letter. But yes, so we love them, and they are just to give out. They aren't a fundraiser. I know that was a little confusing for some people. Yeah, so like Eric said, Adeline and him went home on Sunday afternoon, and I stayed with Ellie this week until last night, yesterday afternoon when Eric came and got me. And she was doing good. The talking was so encouraging, and it was really fun to do. And she's really, even from that Saturday until we left yesterday, has come so far with the talking. And it's really just a relief to be able to have her be able to communicate with us a little bit. Say if something hurts, or let me know. She said a couple times, she said leg hurts, or she'd say, I don't know, or she just let me know. And she says, mommy, and that's just, of course, and she says, love you too. And, and like Eric said, when we say talking, noises coming out, and you can understand some words, I guess. It's the first step, and her speech therapist is really excited. Along with that, though, I believe we had mentioned in the last video that she was being treated for thrush, and I think in the last video it might have been said that like to preventative, but it actually came a full-blown case, and she got the sores throughout her mouth. And in order to treat that, you take what's called nystatin, and they scrub it all over her tongue and throughout her mouth, and it tastes disgusting and it's painful, and that was not fun. And so with that, she had to do that 4 times a day, and she hated it. She'd bust into tears. She would not want to open her mouth, and it was really hard to watch. And now she's done with the medication. Thankfully, she finished on Tuesday, but it's kind of traumatized her a little bit, which I don't blame her. She's just been through so much. So she's not wanting to open her mouth or do anything for her speech therapist, like trying foods, which she had enjoyed the first time she had done it. And it's just part of the process to get her to eat for eating. And so that's a little discouraging. And we, you know, it's just kind of one of those things. We feel like she takes 2 steps forward and 1 step back, but you know, we'll get there. So she's really good. And she's like, you know what, we're just going to put the eating on pause for right now. And, you know, we're trying to brush her teeth, or not trying, we are brushing her teeth, but hoping to like let her know that it's just teeth brushing. It's not, you know, the medicine. And, so that's kind of that side. And then also medically, they did start her on a new medication today. I cannot remember the name, but it is for her leg. She still continues to protect that left leg that was broken and had the surgery, and her left arm, she just like bunches them up so tight that her muscles here and the muscles in her leg are just like swollen and sore and tight, and they feel like there's some nerve stuff going on, and spasms. So when I was there for 2 nights, she slept horribly. One night she was up from midnight to 5 a.m. just kicking her right leg. Just she kicks that leg like crazy, like she's irritated and she can't move it, and just squirming and crying. And I tried my best to get her comfortable, and we gave her Tylenol, and you know, she's off of all her other meds, or you know, now except for Keppra, which is for the seizures, and then the new one, which I'll get the name, we'll get the name tomorrow, I forget it, but for the muscles. And so we didn't want to go back to Oxy, even though it's there as needed, just because it also binds her up, and she's still struggling to have regular bowel movements. And so that's not comfortable too. So she said a lot of times her stomach hurts. So she gets Miralax daily to try and help with that and just kind of regulate her. So yeah, you know, it's great to see the steps she's taking, but it's also really painful as her mom to watch her in pain and to watch her struggle. And I think now that she's more awake, like she's deemed not a coma patient anymore, she's kind of come out of that, she seems a little scared, and rightly so, and confused. And she looks at me, you know, she gets a lot of smiles, gives a lot of smiles for the nurses and like people, therapists and people come in. And I think when she sees me, she's just like, Mom, you know, like what's going on, and why aren't you taking me home? And, you know, and I think another blessing is we are able to hold her now a lot more freely and stuff. So we've been picking her up and just snuggling her and taking her out of her bed and kind of just laying her over our shoulder or sitting on the window seat and snuggling her. And it definitely seems to be her favorite time. And I think when I was there, I'd always have her over there with me and holding her, and then therapy would come in and she just would burst into tears, which she didn't before for therapy. But I think she just, you know, the comfort I think she feels, and it's just, you know, and she always does great in therapy. And they say as soon as we leave, it's the out of sight, out of mind thing. And it really is. It just reminds me of like a baby. Like she's just having to learn to do everything again from scratch. And that's why I feel like almost like separation anxiety and fear and the out of sight, out of mind. And a lot of the things she does just kind of remind us of a newborn, or like entering into, you know, the older baby phase. And so, yeah, so we are going to most likely head back as a family, tomorrow afternoon after Kaden gets out of school. And she had a good night last night. She slept through the night, and we're very thankful for that. And we'll just pray that she continues to get sleep. And, we're also thankful for our hospital community too. That's something, I don't know if we talk about enough, but it's, you know, you never want anyone to be in the position we're in, or having a child in the hospital, no matter, you know, what severity. It's just, it's awful, and I would never wish it upon anyone. But with that being said, it is nice to have people to relate to and who understand. And sometimes, we feel like we can be alone in this, and I know other people feel that way too. And then you talk to these other families and you know that you're not alone, and everyone has a story. And we've just met some really amazing people, and it's just been a blessing through that. One of our favorite families, they're actually going home today. They came in the same week as us. He did his like emergency visits out of the country. Well, I'm going to respect their privacy with names and circumstances, but so he did his accident probably happened, I think 2 weeks or so before ours, or two or 3 weeks, I want to say. And so, and he's going home, and we're forever grateful for them. They have just been so amazing. So we got to spend some time with them, and we took some pictures, and Ellie and him have the exact same team, which it just doesn't seem to be pretty common throughout the hospital, but they have the same primary nurses and all three same therapists for speech and occupational and physical therapy, and we're just really grateful for them. And then another little baby who came in June went home 2 days before that, and it's exciting to see kids getting better. And we got a new roommate a couple days ago. She's already being moved, which is good for them because she needs a bigger side of the room than the side that she was on. And they're from close by us, and it's just one of those things. And we're we can pray for them and also just kind of walk along this journey with them. And we are grateful for that hospital community.
Just absolutely, and we were thrilled with, as Alyssa talked about, the family that we're close with, that the boy is able to go home, and just being able to spend that time with him and his family. And we saw each other a lot out on the playground, so we're just thrilled for them and their progress. And moving on to Adeline, we had therapy today, outpatient therapy, just with the occupational, and they wanted to perform what's called the Peabody test, which is just kind of a test of where she's at. And so they thought in the beginning it was going to be about an hour, but she paid attention and she focused, and her teacher said she was so great. It took about 35 minutes, and Adeline was out of there. And she was just, the therapist was just very impressed with her focus. And I think that's just part of, being part of the process that she's already been a part of at UCSF Benioff, and those therapists, that she was able to just focus and get it done. She told them that she is very excited to head off to Miss Nettie's, and she can't wait for that. So and that's about it. You want to say bye to everybody? No?
No? You want to say anything?
No? Want to give a thumbs up? Okay. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.